Hey guys, this is Juan with the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. Letting you know that this episode is brought to you by San Marcos Mexican Restaurant, located right here in Oklahoma City at 2301 Southwest 59th Street. Don't forget to join them Monday through Friday for their lunch specials. And they also have $5 Margarita Wednesdays. It's the best type of medicine to get you over that hump day. $5 margaritas, frozen or on the rocks. And don't forget to let Abel know that the Cinnamon Movie Podcast sent you to get an additional 10% off your entire purchase. It's the only dine-in restaurant of the Cinnamon Movie Podcast.
Want a piece of me?
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Good morning, Vietnam! I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I feel the need for speed.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Love means never having to say you're sorry.
You do? You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Happy Halloween, moviegoers. Welcome to a new episode. Welcome to Halloween 4 and welcome to the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Juan. I am joined with the cast, crew, the guys. Zach.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Edward.
Hey, how's it going, folks?
The 4K bad guy, Nick. How you doing?
Doing good. How about y'all?
Good, man. Good. We've had a good weekend. Zach, we'll start with you. How was your weekend?
Oh, always doing the same thing. Drinking and doing booze.
That's what I'm talking about. Ed, same thing with you?
Man, a little bit, carving pumpkins and stuff.
Nice. It is that time. Thank you for everybody who's joining us, watching us live here on Imasawa Productions on this beautiful Sunday, Halloween Eve. If you're listening to this audio version, you're still going to listen to us on Halloween. So thank you for everybody who's joining us. Episode 217. Getting ready to talk some more Michael Myers before the Halloween season is over. It's been a long week, though. Technically it has been over a week since we've last recorded. Zach, our last episode was The Bone Collector.
Yeah.
So you guys can check that out now wherever you listen to podcasts. Me and Zach talked Denzel once again, and we talked our top 5 Angelina Jolie movies. You guys can also find us on the social media pages, facebook.com/The Cinnamon Movie Podcast. The Instagram is all one word, Cinnamon Movie Podcast. The Twitter is @Cinnamon405. And then the email, which is the easiest and fastest way to get a hold of us, is cinemen921@gmail.com. But yeah, like we said, The Bone Collector, even the last episode, Nick, me and you talked about, we talked about the 20th anniversary of The Ring a few last week. You guys can find that and all of our episodes on Spotify, Anchor, Podbean, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon Music, and now the Prescribed Films Network, www.prescribedfilms.com, #the PFPN. Not only can you find the Cinnamon Movie Podcast there, but you can also find Friday the 14th podcast there. What a week it has been. Any big life news, epic changing happening to anybody right now? Edward?
Nah, man. I mean,
we haven't talked to you in a while. It's been
almost 2 weeks,
the last,
I think.
Yeah, a little bit longer. The last movie we got to talk to you about was
Signs, I think.
Yeah, Signs, 3 weeks ago. Yeah. No, not Signs. Nightmare 3. Still 3 weeks ago.
That's right. Yeah.
Still 3 weeks ago.
Still. No, man, just had a lot of things come up, and
does anyone believe? Can anyone believe it's almost like basically depending on what time you're listening to this, tomorrow, the next day is November. We're literally only like almost a month, almost the end of year 2022.
That's insane. I still have a lot of movies to watch.
I know.
But we're going to talk about some of the new movies that we got to check out this weekend, coming up soon, and recent watches. But before we do, Zach, you want to talk about your favorite movie theater?
Yeah, favorite movie theater, the Cinema Movie Podcast, our only theater we go to, Rodeo Cinema, located at 2221 Exchange Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is Oklahoma's unique non-for-profit art house movie theater. They're showing all kinds of cool things right now. Don't forget tonight, they're having a Halloween immersive screening at 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Just for the later of the week, they're showing Moon Age Daydream, Don't Worry Darling. Later in the month, they're showing the Banshees of Inisham, which is probably going to be an Oscar contender later this year. And Thursday, November the 17th, don't forget, guys, American Psycho at 8 o'clock. So check them out. Rodeo Cinema, located in the Stockyards of Oklahoma, and tell them that the Cinema Movie Podcast sent you.
There's a lot of stuff that I wanted to bring up in movie news. If anybody else wants to bring up something, they can. But the biggest thing that hit that we didn't get to really talk about last week, Zach, was James Gunn is in the executive vice president role to run DC the way Kevin Feige runs Marvel.
Yes.
And Henry Cavill is back for Superman for multiple films set to be released in the next 5 to 6 years. Yep. Huge news. What does anybody want to go first, and what do you guys think about it? I think it's huge.
Honestly, great move. If they can at least go and have one clear path, and kind of, because I mean that's essentially one of the better things I think that has gone on with Marvel, is that it's a person being like, hey, we're on this. What do we need to go and like? What's the best stories we can tell? Hit me, kind of thing. So I mean, if they can do like a storyboard pitch to one big guy, I think that's that's a great name to be in that position for that matter. So,
well, the funny thing is like one of my recent watches is Black Adam, and I'll talk about it here in a little bit. Went and saw that the Friday it came out, and then like the following week they announced that James Gunn is like basically going to be like you said, the Kevin Feige of DC. I'm just like, does any of this matter anymore? Does anything that they're going to put out have any stakes? Does it connect anything? Or are we just kind of now just finish out what we have, and then we're just going to do a reboot or just do a restart and just kind of see, I guess, obviously, which is great because we have Henry Cavill back as Superman in a multi-picture deal, which I actually just learned today that he's given up his role.
He's not going to be in The Witcher anymore.
Yeah. Liam Hemsworth is going to be The Witcher now or whatever. So
is he still alive?
I think he. I think that Henry Cavill's ready to kind of take on the mantle of Superman, which I think all of us agree that he is a good Superman, but I just don't think he was really given his fair shot. So
true. Nick, do you have anything you want to add to the Superman and DC news?
I think that's pretty great news. Give him another shot. But then again, like the downside is that he had to drop Netflix. Pretty sure he was growing a fan base over there with the Witcher series. I haven't seen it, but looks interesting though.
I think it's just probably going to be a matter of time. A few seasons down the line, I think it's going to get canceled.
Yeah, it's all because of Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah. True. Very true. You guys know I'm a huge Christmas Story fan, right?
Yep.
So exclusively on HBO Max in November, you're going to get A Christmas Story Christmas. The original characters who played in The Christmas Story is coming back for this sequel, which is going to be an HBO Max exclusive. I'm super excited about it. I don't know about you guys. You guys look thrilled to death, but I'm super excited. I'm a huge Ralphie fan, huge Christmas Story fan. So I thought I'd bring this news up today. Anybody else catch it? Anybody else excited? HBO Max for the past few years has done Christmas exclusives. I think last year they had the Neil Patrick Harris 8-Bit Christmas. Yeah. It was okay. It was a fun movie. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best. But what do you guys think? Are you kind of glad that they're adding more HBO Max exclusives, or do you think it's just a matter of time until they revamp and change things too?
I saw like the little teaser trailer where it's like, it's black and white, and then you see like the older Ralphie with his glasses and everything. I'm just like, I knew Johnny was gonna have like a gigantic spastic reaction to it, but I mean, is it a requel? It takes place right after the original one, or however many years from the original, right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if they do bring actual everybody back that's alive.
Add your mute.
Are they going to do the pole scene again? Like, that's all that matters.
Hopefully.
That's all that matters. Just
I mean, I'm sure it'll get viewership. Like you said, everyone loves A Christmas Story. So, I mean, I think it was only a matter of time. But, I mean, I don't know. It's probably another step in the HBO Max revamp, basically.
And,
so, I've noticed, I was on there today, and there's a lot more, like, Discovery programming and HGTV and stuff like that. So, they're really trying to just converge the two into one big app or whatever. So
and this year in December we're completely packed with 20th anniversaries and stuff, so we're not going to get to talk any Christmas movies, but I would like for us to review the Santa Claus, every episode of the new Santa Claus Tim Allen series, and I think we could talk about it every week that it comes out, just like we did with the Marvel and Star Wars episodes. I don't know if anybody has any ideas to watch that TV show on Disney Plus, but I think, it's Tim Allen and the Santa Claus. I'm definitely going to check it out. I mean, to me, growing up, Tim Allen was Santa Claus. Like, he is the man. I'm glad to see him put all that stuff back on. I wanted to bring up the box office news real quick, and then we can get on to the next segment. But number 6 is Lyle Crocodile. At 2.8 million for the weekend. Halloween Ends came in at number 5 with 3.8 million for the weekend. The fourth film is Smile, had $5 million for the weekend. Pray for the Devil, $7 million for the weekend, came in at number 3. Ticket to Paradise, $10 million. That's the new George Clooney and Julia Roberts movie, which I honestly think it looks pretty good. And then Black Adam is still at number 1, $27 million for the weekend. Top Gun comes out Tuesday, Zach. Is anybody grabbing it day one Tuesday?
Probably, yep.
Nick,
are you going to get that nice steelbook version?
If I can find it, if it doesn't run off the shelves. Nick, I know you only grab horror movies, but you got to add the biggest box office release of the year into your collection, right?
Because the person who stars in it. No, Tom Cruise. No, Miles Teller.
You're a big Miles Teller fan, yeah.
I am.
Say.
But I'm gonna need to wait till like Friday or something like that.
I hear you.
It's like mine's a little short right now, unfortunately.
But I think it's gonna be a great Tuesday of new releases, and check this out, man. Just 3 out of the 6 movies are they're all horror movies. Horror movies have been killing at the box office this year. And not only have they been they haven't really been shitty movies. They've actually honestly been like pretty decent movies. But we're gonna get ready to talk about some stuff that we've watched in recent watches. Nick, we'll start with you. Have you checked anything out recently that you want to recommend?
Recommend. What did I watch? Besides number 23 for the podcast. Am I going blank? I checked out VHS 99. I think that was this week, right? That's the latest installment of the VHS series. I think that was pretty interesting.
Where did you check out? Did you buy VHS 99, or is it still in theaters, or is it an older one?
No, it's it just barely came out, so it's actually currently streaming on Shudder.
Oh, nice! It's on Shudder.
Yeah, it's Shudder exclusive.
Hell yeah. For me this week, it's been kind of a slow week with work, going out of town last week. My whole week kind of got shooken up, but I checked out the number 23, like you said, Nick, for Friday the 14th, a few days ago. Go check it out if you guys haven't honestly listened to it or watched it. It's on the same YouTube channel, Friday the 14th UHD. We had a fun conversation about the number 23. I rewatched Halloween 4 for the episode, and then I checked out Smile in theaters. I had enough time to, we were able to go to the movies yesterday and checked out Smile. And honestly, I was kind of dreading the 2 hours. I'm not gonna lie. But after I sat down and just watched it, I thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. It was unique, it was smart, it was different, and some of the jump scares they threw at you was really kind of special. So, if I had to recommend anything other than Halloween movies, obviously this week, go check out Smile. Still in theaters. Our theater was completely empty though. There was nobody in the theater with us, but it was still pretty good watch. Zach, what about you? What'd you check out?
Yeah, I went and saw Black Adam. Like I said, we were talking about DC News. It's fine.
Wow.
It's not. I was really like, I just had enough time. I had some extra time before I went and saw David Spade at the Criterion and went and saw the movie, and it's fine. It's not as I was really dreading it. I thought this was going to be awful, and there were some good moments, and obviously everyone knows that the big post-credit scene or spoiler or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, for some, like The Rock has been, or Dwayne Johnson's been like hyping this up for like the last like 7 years, and I mean, I didn't think it was like much to be bragging about. So my opinion. Checked out The Magnificent Seven, which we're going to be talking about next week. Remember the Titans and Hocus Pocus 2.
Oh my God, what'd you think of Hocus Pocus 2?
Well, considering that I don't have any nostalgia from the original film,
You
I
liked
was
it.
just like, no, I didn't like it. I was just like, okay, people were like losing their minds about this movie, and I'm just like, I mean,
the first like 15 or 20 minutes is pretty good.
I agree with you guys. After the Walgreens scene, and after that, it's not very good.
There's a couple of good elements, but it hates itself basically.
Yeah, it's for Disney to have all this money and just throw it at different projects, they really could have spent another
sequel.
They could have spent some more money on the script. Definitely, it was pretty bad. And the last thing is the Marvel special Werewolf at Night. That is like a little Halloween thing that they did. Pretty good. It's something different. We never really seen Marvel do kind of a horror theme to it. But other than that,
Doctor Strange 2?
Well, true. But other than that, I canceled my Disney Plus, so no, I will not be watching the Santa Clauses.
Oh my! He canceled the subscription.
I'm just done, dude. I'm just done with Disney Plus.
Watch. They're gonna come out and say Wakanda Forever is gonna be a Disney Plus exclusive. I'll give you my login, Zach.
So, just check out the Magnificent Seven for next week.
He said, "Don't even go check out Black Adam." How many stars would you give Black Adam, honestly?
I give it a 6.
And unless it was for the podcast, do you have the desire to rewatch it again?
Nope. I'm on a roll today. So,
what did you check out? You check anything fun out?
Beast.
On Peacock?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was decent. It's not like hardcore, storyline is a little predictable, especially the end of it. But I mean, Idris Elba kicks ass. Apart from that, really, just yeah.
How many stars would you give Beast?
7.
7.
It's a good film. Just not like got to I'd definitely say go see it. Halloween Ends.
We talked about we didn't really get to ask you your opinion for Halloween Ends, but if you had to give it a star rating, let everybody know how many stars would you give.
I already did though. 7.
Oh yeah, you did give it a 7. Yeah, he
I
emailed
watched the last bit of that and the podcast. for that matter.
Nice. So, what would you recommend to people right now? They're both on Peacock. Would you recommend Halloween Ends first or Beast?
Halloween Ends over Beast, for that matter.
Oh shit!
It's not the best ending because I'm sorry, he's going to be back. I don't know if it'll be 10, 15 years or 2 years.
Or 5 years.
But I mean, yeah, but he'll be back eventually. I thought part of it was great. I thought part of it was kind of like, they could have done a lot more. Could have done a lot more. So, yeah. Simple as that.
Nice. Craig, what about you? You recommend, or did you get to watch anything lately? What have you been watching?
Popping in.
First off, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and
See.
clear.
Sorry about that. But yeah, I checked out Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Finished that up last week. I think it's a tremendous opening series for the show, and I'm don't really want to wait the year and a half that it's going to take for season 2. But
So season 1 is completely over, and you can binge it now, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think season 2 is even coming out till 2024.
it says
Oh.
2024, but they are pushing for 23. I think late 23.
Oof. Nice. Other than that, man, you just you munching on some Halloween candy?
Just
Did you
chilling.
get a lot?
I didn't. We're gonna go. It's tomorrow night. We did a little
Oh,
trick or
okay.
treat at her school.
Ed got candy already. He ain't sharing. Greedy motherfucker. Yeah. And see, Nick got some too. Damn.
I mean, I can't. I've been snacking. I can't lie, but it wasn't from Halloween.
You know who was snacking today? Them boys were snacking today. Yeah.
They were.
Yep. That's what we're talking about. But other than that, guys, yeah, that's everybody's recent watches, recommendations. Like I said, if you want to follow any of the other stuff, the social media pages, just go back to the beginning of the episode, and I'll talk about them a little bit later on. But this episode is also brought to you by CDR Electronics. CDR gives you the best value for your electronics, movies, games, cell phones, all kinds of products and more. Check them out locally here at 1604 West I-240 Service Road in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And don't forget to let them know that the Cinnamon Movie Podcast sent you to get all your electrics. But Zach, you want to talk about the year 1988, is that right? Give us the top box office movies from 1988.
Absolutely. So for our segment, obviously the year 1988, the year of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Number 10, Beetlejuice, rounded up top 10. Number 9, Cocktail with Tom Cruise. Number 8, Moonstruck with Cher and Nicolas Cage.
It's a good movie.
Number 7, Die Hard. Number 6, 3 Men and a Baby.
Which is Zach's favorite Christmas movie, by the way.
Yep.
What, 3 Men and a Baby?
Die Hard. Number 5, Crocodile Dundee 2. Number 4, Big. Number 3, Good Morning Vietnam. Number 2, Coming to America. And the number 1 movie of 1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Halloween 4 ended up at number 1 at 61.
Not this Coming to America, though, right?
No, not that Coming to America. I didn't even see that. So
you didn't see it? You haven't seen the second one?
I have not seen the second one.
It's not complete dog shit, but it's shit. You know, it kind of makes you.
You bought it.
Hey, you know, that's things happen. You know.
Is it on Amazon Prime?
Still? It is on Amazon Prime, but you know, I'm surprised they released an Amazon Prime only exclusive or an Amazon exclusive home video, which is kind of honestly a little weird, I guess. I don't know. But Nick, you know, this Wednesday coming up, November the 2nd, like I said on this past episode, you know, we're taking a little bit of you, and we're taking a little bit of me, and we're kind of just coming together and having a little prelude, if you will. And we're going to have a top 5 segment on Friday the 14th podcast this week. We're going to talk our top 5 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. Nick, have you started watching any? Because I haven't. I was going to try to watch them.
This guy over here trying to force things on me. I didn't agree to it, by the way. No, no. That was one of my recent watches. Also, I forgot TCM 2.
2? Oh, okay. Was that your first time you seen it?
That was my first time seeing it.
I was going to say we'll talk about it, but we'll save it for Wednesday. So yeah, anybody who wants to check out a fun episode this Wednesday, November 2nd, we're finally talking the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Friday the 14th podcast. But other than that, Ed, you love soda. We know you love chugging down some fucking soda. So why don't you go ahead and talk about our next sponsor, which is OKC Soda Company.
The best entrance right there, man. Yeah, OKC Soda is the craft soda company of Oklahoma. Super unique flavors up there on the screen. You've got cherry limeade, orange cream soda, root beer. They've also got strawberry shortcake, blueberry acai. They are made with pure cane sugar. Now, you can find them at local Crests and Homelands and all kinds of good stuff like that, for that matter. West Memorial Road, that's where you can find them. Correct on that, Johnny? Or one?
No, they're no longer at West Memorial Road. You can just get their stuff at Crest, Pruitt Foods, and local grocers and Crest, Pruitt Foods, and Homeland stores.
None of that processed crap in there, man. So go ahead and get you a 6-pack from Crest or wherever you like to go. Simple as that.
Nice. But now, Zach, you have some truth facts about Halloween 4.
Truth?
So, number 4, Danielle Harris, who plays Jamie in the movie, sold the clown costume to a fan.
Oh.
Dwight H. Little did extensive research on the history of Halloween and many of its harvest images. And many of its harvest images were put in the creepy opening sequence. Alan B. McElroy wrote the script in 11 days and beat the writer's strike by mere hours. And the drugstore set was recycled and used again in The Sandlot and the Stand.
Interesting.
And those are your things you did not know about Halloween 4.
Nice.
Possibly.
Hopefully you didn't know them.
Right.
But coming up next, guys, we're talking about top 5, and we're talking our top 5 Halloween franchise characters that's not Michael Myers. So from any of the movies, you can chime them in there. As long as it's not Michael Myers, let's hear your top 5. All right, I have some honorable mentions. I only have 2, so I'm going to go through them real quick. Tommy Doyle, but the one played by Paul Rudd in Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. And then this is kind of cheating, but even though I said we can't, I didn't say anything about Laurie Strode. My official honorable mention is going to be Carrie Tate, Jamie Lee Curtis from Halloween H2O. Her hidden name before everybody found out she was Laurie Strode. So those are my 2 honorable mentions. Anybody else have any honorable mentions?
No.
Honorable mentions Michael Myers. The straight up. What do you can't do that?
Number 5.
5.
Edward, we'll start with you. What's your number 5?
Ah, man. Why me? Jamie Lloyd. When I was younger, I always thought it was kind of cool that, the survivor girl is a kid, basically. I know that a lot of things, different stuff helped her and all that good stuff. But, yeah, I've always liked that character.
Nice. Number 5 for me is going to be John from Halloween H2O, played by Josh Hartnett, the son of Laurie Strode in that movie. Fun character. He's kind of the one who tries to keep his mom level-headed, and I think to this day I still think that was a kind of cool Halloween film. So he was one of my favorite characters in that movie. So I gotta put him in my top 5 here. So number 5 for me is John from H2O, played by Josh Hartnett. Nick, number 5 for you.
Number 5. I'm gonna go with Paul Rudd as Tommy Doyle.
Paul Rudd. Tommy Doyle. Zach, number 5 for you.
Number 5 is Frank Hawkins from Halloween, the new Halloween trilogy, played by Will Patton. They kind of make him a legacy character in a way, especially how they do it in Halloween Ends. And I think he was a good balance for Jamie Lee's character and or Laurie's character in this new franchise trilogy. So Frank Hawkins.
Nice. Craig, number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me is going to be Donald Pleasance, who plays
Samuel Loomis.
Yes. Just kind of the guy who, I don't know, it just seems like he's always the one that antagonists and kind of gets Michael going. So it's my number 5.
4.
Number 4, Edward.
Number 4, I'm gonna go ahead and have to go with, honestly, Paul Rudd's Tommy Doyle as well.
Awesome.
I don't know. It's funny. Never knew that was Paul Rudd when I was a kid, and yeah, Ant-Man.
Number 4 for me is going to be Allison, but in this particular movie only, Halloween Ends. I think she stepped up and she was the best part about Halloween Ends for me, and her character just evolves in each film, but she gets a lot of screen time, and to me, she is literally knocking out of the park in Halloween Ends. So number 4 for me is Allison. Nick, number 4 for you.
Number 4, I'm gonna go with Jamie Lloyd, Daniel Harris.
Zach, 4 for you.
That's my number 4 too. So we'll talk about it here in a little bit.
Craig, number 4 for you.
Anthony Michael Hall, Tommy Doyle, and Halloween Kills.
That's a good number 4.
3.
Number 3, Edward, your third favorite Halloween character.
Man, I'm gonna go with Linda from the original. Carefree attitude and all that good stuff. PJ Souls, I think, done great as that. So yeah,
Totally. Number 3 for me is going to be from the same movie, Edward, but it's going to be Annie, played by Nancy Keys. She plays the best friend to Laurie Strode, the one who picks her up. They drive in the car together. You know, they share a lot of screen time together, but her kill was also a little harsh. You know, she thought she was going to go get some. She thought she was going to go get some of that pecker. She ended up getting something different.
look, she was listening to "Don't Fear the Reaper," Blue Oyster Cult. So
Well,
like,
she
had
feared
to take
something
her
else.
out.
Yeah, they took her out though. But yeah, that's number 3 for me. Annie from the original Halloween, played by Nancy Keys.
Or Cowbell.
Nick, number 3 for you.
Might hate me for this. Everyone might hate me for it, but I'm gonna go with Corey Cunningham.
Okay, I like it. Throwing
I'll
a
do
little bit of salt on the pancake there.
No, he had a lot of good possibilities. Man,
We're going to talk about that franchise and Halloween as well. So the good number 3 for you, Nick. Zach, number 3 for you.
I'm sorry, my brain is just completely fried right now. When he said Corey, I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" But it was in the last movie.
I think everybody watching Halloween Kill Ends was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
Number 3 is Dr. Loomis, a character that pretty much is the. If it's not Laurie, it's definitely Dr. Loomis of trying to stop Michael and the shape and all the evil that he basically represents. So I think Donald Pleasance. I don't know. I mean, you guys can tell me. I don't know if he's past Halloween 4 or not, but I mean, I know he was Michael
He's
McDowell
also-
played him in the Rob Zombie version. So
He's also on Halloween 5 and 6.
okay.
Yeah.
So an interesting character. I think his character kind of wanes a little bit as it goes, but overall, I think it's a good yin and yang to Michael and Dr. Loomis. So
Craig, number 3 for you.
Number 3 for me is going to be Will Patton, who plays Officer Hawkins.
Will Patton's good. I like
2,
Number 2, Edward.
Number 2 for me, Jamie Lee Curtis herself, Laurie Strode. You know, the perfect. I mean, honestly, the perfect hero or heroine of the
Heroine?
franchise. Yeah, heroine.
Heroin. Edward trying to get down some heroin.
Of the franchise.
As most Broncos fans are today, you know. It's okay.
Oof.
We got a W. Look.
Take it easy.
Over in, across the pond. Look,
Yeah.
man.
He might. That just might be Denver's. They might just have to relocate
Super
to
Bowl.
fucking. Yeah, they might just have to relocate to fucking
Look,
London.
maybe the air and the humidity was better. Okay, you know.
It's all that stretching Russell got done on the plane.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, no, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, honestly, if she's not in your top 5, I don't know what movies you were watching. So, yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about it. All right. Number 2 for me. Oh, we're on 2. Number 2 for me is going to be a tie. It's going to be Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4, though. I'm not counting Halloween 5. And then the other one is going to be Danielle Harris playing Annie from Rob Zombie's Halloween. I didn't want to completely throw too much shade or shit on Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. There is some stuff that I did enjoy about those, and it is going to be Danielle Harris playing Annie. And I think Danielle Harris is just as throw all the flack at me you want, but I think Danielle Harris is just as important to the Halloween franchise, just as much as Jamie Lee Curtis is. So I would have liked for them to use her in some way in this new trilogy because I think she is just as big as legacy actress in this franchise just as Jamie Lee Curtis, but they didn't. But Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd and Annie in the Rob Zombie movies. So, and then on Halloween 4, that's my number 2. Nick, number 2 for you?
Number 2. I'm gonna go with Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Nice. Zach.
Number 2 for me is probably out of all the newest characters that they brought into the Halloween series is probably the favorite one is Allison, played by Andy Medichek. She's definitely probably the best thing about her. She's definitely an outsider to all the horror and trauma that Laurie had to deal with in the last 40 years. And as each film kind of goes on, she kind of believes and gets involved and really tries to fight for what she believes in. And by the end of the trilogy, I think she, we talked about when we did Halloween Ends, but I think she made the right decision for her life. So,
Craig?
Number 2 for me is going to be Jamie Lee Curtis. Just all across.
1,
Edward, number 1 for you.
Mr. D. Pleasance. Samuel Loomis himself. I mean, you can't have the patient without the doctor. Can't be shot 6 times to get up without, someone firing that gun. So, yeah, man, Donald Pleasance. Honestly, I thought he made the franchise a heck of a lot better. And, I mean, the new Doctor I get, trying to be that same kind of deal, but instead of instigating literally, they should have made it at a better kind of aspect with him. And maybe Michael killed him because he's not Samuel Loomis. Like Samuel Loomis was the only one that was safe. I don't know. But yeah, Donald Pleasance.
Number one for me is going to be the same, Dr. Loomis, but played by Donald Pleasance. Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And then, I love the little mentioning of him in Halloween H2O. Um, he didn't get a proper send off as an actor, but I think Halloween H2O and Steve Miner directing that movie, I think they gave him the best send off that they could possibly try to give him. Just the camera angles of showing Dr. Loomis and Michael coming back to killing the original nurse that was with Donald Pleasance in the original Halloween. So Donald Pleasance to me means more to Halloween, and I know this probably more flag, bring it on, than Jamie Lee Curtis does. Just because of, she did 1 and 2, she became famous, she went and did some other stuff. Yeah, she came back for H2O, but he was still sitting there signing up for all these Halloween movies, just making sure that they were trying to be the best that they could possibly be. Not only as an actor, but just that character in general. If you have 4, 5, and 6 without Donald Pleasance, what kind of Halloween movies are these going to be? What is going to motivate Michael? Who's going to try to give all these informations to the cops or the sheriffs or just to try to stop him? So I think somebody said yin and yang earlier. I think this is the perfect, Mr. Frankenstein to the monster. So this is kind of what I'm going off of my list. So number one for me is Dr. Loomis. Nick, number one for you.
Number one for me, it's gonna be Dr. Loomis. I just love how savage this guy was, and often he would be yelling at Jamie Lloyd and all that. Shot him 6 times. Just the
The intensity.
Oh man, he's a great character.
Zach, number one for you.
Number one for me is might be cliche, but it's Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis. Pretty much if you don't have Michael, if you exclude Michael out of the conversation, Laurie is basically the glue that started this whole franchise. I know she's not in 4, she's not in 5 and 6, I don't think. H2O and then this new trilogy. But I think Jamie Lee, I'm glad Jamie Lee Curtis has pretty much owned this character, and she did come back for this new trilogy, and I think there's a special place in her heart for this character, because if it wasn't for this character, she probably wouldn't have got as big of a career that she has. So
yeah. Craig, finish us off. Number one for you.
I didn't know we were excluding Michael.
It's okay. If he's your number one,
let's go in and
end it with Michael.
It is Michael. Right, so
what would probably be? Let's
can't have Halloween without Michael Myers.
Let's do it this way then. What
the shape? Whatever.
What version of Michael would probably be one of your favorites? Maybe by looking at the mask, or just would it be the original, or did you like the way Michael moved in the new one, or in Kills or Ends, or?
It'd probably be Kills, just because of how
he was brutal in that
he
one.
Was.
Yeah.
But I did like the mask shape and the just the get up. I like the get up in 4. It was a pretty good get up.
We are about to get into it, but don't forget the top 5 is always brought to you by Red and Blues Pizza. Check them out locally here at 4500 South May Avenue in Oklahoma City. Open 7 days a week. Best pizza on this side of town for your $1. If you're not into pizza, they have all kinds of other things. Pockets, calzones, sandwiches, burgers. They have the new cheeseburger pizza. They also have cinnamon sticks, salads, and gyros. So give them a call, 405-602-2838. Let them know that the Cinnamon Movie Podcast sent you, and get you a nice big old hot pie before you go trick-or-treating tomorrow. So, guys, let's dig into the movie. It's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Currently, right now on IMDb, it has a standing of 5.8, 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. The Metascore is 34%, while Edward and the Google users like it at 88%. With a budget of $5 million, it grossed a little over $17 million at the box office, with the release date of October 21st, 1988. Halloween 4 stars Donald Pleasance, Ellie Cornell, Daniel Harris, George P. Wilbur, Sasha Jensen, Kathleen Kinmont, directed by Dwight H. Little. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, 10 years after his original massacre, the invalid Michael Myers awakens on Halloween Eve and returns to Haddonfield to kill his 7-year-old niece. Can Dr. Loomis stop him?
Dun dun dun.
Usually we talk about the director, but I honestly don't think he's had too much of a
Career.
other than some small daytime TV movies. He did direct the Sleepy Hollow TV show, some episodes of Arrow. So it looks like probably he did direct the Edward's favorite movie, the 2010 version of live action Tekken. So yeah, he's done just some TV shows and TV series. He directed Free Willy too. Okay.
Oh God, by God.
Phantom of the Opera from 1989. He directed some. He directed some.
He directed Anacondas too. The Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
Hey. So it looks like his really big movie success. I don't know. You can call it. I think you can call it success, but his only big movie was Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Don't sleep on Free Willy too. Look.
So guys, let's talk Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Hence called Halloween 4, The Return, because Halloween 3 was Season of the Witch. We talked about Halloween 3, Season of the Witch 2 years ago. So the franchise needed Michael back. First time view versus now. Nick, you have a Halloween blanket behind you. We're talking to you first, sir.
How dare you? That's part 6 of it.
Do you remember the first time you seen Halloween 4? What was it like?
I can't recall.
I mean, what was it like the last time you got to watch it? Is it something you enjoy, or is it like a guilty pleasure kind of thing?
Yeah, if it's a guilty pleasure, nostalgic. I mean, I think 4 might have been the first Halloween movie I saw of the franchise, and probably the one I've seen the most. Even though I do prefer the original, probably the most, but 4, yeah, it's got to be a guilty pleasure.
Zach? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, had some cool moments in this movie that stuck throughout the years.
Zach, we'll start with you. Was this the first time watch for you?
It was a first time watch for me. I don't know why, Johnny, you continuously try to drag me into these horror sequels. But overall, honestly, it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. There are some good moments in this film. I think definitely the franchise, even though they really want to do like an American Horror Story type thing with Season of the Witch and do like a different anthology thing with each film, I'm glad they went back to Michael Myers, and it does some interesting things with it. So we'll talk about it.
The first time that I watched this was it was years ago. But I had the same issue. Like, when I was a younger person, Halloween 3 was kind of a bad taste in my mouth. But Halloween 4 was always like here we go. It's back to Michael Myers. So it kind of gave me that reamped energy to watch Halloween films again. But on this last rewatch, honestly, I kind of was left twiddling my thumbs and kind of like, did this really need to happen? You watch things differently, especially now that the new trilogy is over. So we'll get into it now. Craig, what about you? Is this a first time full watch for you, or?
Yeah, it was. I mean, if I've seen it before, I don't remember. None of the parts really stuck out at me, so I do think it was a first time watch. It was, it was all right. It's not like I didn't hate watching it. I didn't, there wasn't like parts where I was like, man, I really want to buy this movie. So
fine.
it was a good movie. It was fine.
Ed, first time versus now, you remember?
First time had to be around the age 12, 13. I don't remember the entire movie, but I know it was. I know I've watched it like that a few times.
Ed's informative years, yeah, 12, 13.
Yeah. The development years. As far as this time, just really just watching it again, I kind of brought up, just past things that, you kind of start to notice, parallels of past characters for that matter. But yeah.
So let's dig into it then. With the opening, Halloween 4, this one really is about getting into explaining where's Jamie Lee Curtis, explaining how Michael came back, explaining how Dr. Loomis is alive and survived. Because let's remember, this is the first time you see these two characters since 1981, Halloween 2, I believe. So 8 years. It's been 8 years since you've seen these two characters on screen. So I think they did a pretty good job of explaining the how, why, where Jamie is or where Laurie Strode is. So it's only like an hour and a half too, so it doesn't like to me overly bore you to death. But yeah, at the end of Halloween 2, because I'm not going to ask everybody to go back and listen to Halloween 2's episode like 4 years ago. At the end of Halloween 2, the hospital kind of burns down a certain part of the hospital. Michael Myers was supposed to burn alive, and so did Donald Pleasance. But they get reintroduced in this movie. What'd you guys think of the opening clip? Transferring Michael from one hospital to another, and then boom, it's like Gremlins. The rain hits him and he's alive. He starts fucking moving and shit.
That's this franchise's biggest problem is that when are they ever going to learn not to transfer patients between different psychiatric hospitals? That's their biggest problem. And like the biggest thing is like Michael's literally wrapped up like a mummy, and then he overhears that he has a niece, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up like, oh, I'm back.
He's probably thinking about all that all them child taxes he might have been able to collect if he was a decent uncle, maybe, because something happened to Jamie, and he's like, damn, if I was alive and if I was normal, you imagine all that tax credit money I could be getting. But that is the ongoing joke, though. Every time they transfer Michael, something happens, and it's a continuous thing. But Zach, does it even say, or maybe Nick, can anybody remember really why they moved him from point A to point B?
I think it was just like a more secure hospital or something like that. Something stupid.
He was wrapped up like he was still burnt from 8 years previous.
Exactly.
The movie got to start somewhere.
So he was in a coma the whole time.
I don't remember hearing why they were transferring him.
It's a plot convenience. It's like, oh, okay, let's move him so we can escape.
Yeah, it's not mentioned at all. But I mean, when thinking about it, like, because Loomis and Michael were burning at that hospital, so why is Michael only the only one being transferred, and then somehow Loomis is somewhere else?
And why is Loomis? Why is if he was like, yeah, because like in Halloween 2, he gets burnt up right in the hospital. Yeah. Why is he only like one? Like he's Two-Face. Like one half of his face is all burnt off, but the other of it's fine. And it's like, what is going on?
So what happened is that he it's like in the scene in Halloween Kills beginning, where Michael was like hiding in some little area.
Oh,
I don't know. Something stupid like that.
But yeah,
the 80s were a wild time.
That's for sure.
So you get the return. What does everybody think of the Michael Jamie storyline in this one? Because I mean, in the second one, it's fine. You find out that he is the sister to Laurie Strode. So that story completely dies at the end of the movie because the movie's over. But they pick it right back up in this one. Michael, he's got a niece. Jamie Lee Curtis was killed in a car accident. Lori Jamie is now, Jamie
In
Lloyd.
danger.
Jamie Lloyd is in danger. She's in a foster care. What do you guys think of the storyline here?
Honestly, I used to like. I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but I used to like that. That they did it that way, and the whole Cult of Thorns or whatever.
And that's not introduced until 6.
But it's planted in part 5.
It's planted in 5, yeah.
But I mean, like throughout this, I guess old storylines. I like those two things. That it introduced why he could still rise from the dead, and his motivation basically. So I mean, I like that part, but yeah.
Well, that's not in this one.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, part of it is to go ahead and like, oh well, I've got to kill all my family members apparently. So yeah,
Man. He didn't want to support or feed anybody at fucking Thanksgiving dinner. That's what that was. That's what that's about. Nick, what about you, man? We'll ask you. You're a big Halloween fan. Like, did you enjoy the Jamie Lloyd and the Michael story starting off here?
I like the idea. I mean, now he's attacking a child. I mean, he's related to the child, but there's that thing that he only attacks. He's only attack babysitters. So to attack a child, I guess that was really just to bring out more fear to the kids watching. So no one's safe.
No one is safe. Craig, interesting part of the story. What did you think of Michael and Jamie Lloyd here? Did anybody dislike the kid, Daniel Harris, in the movie? Craig, we'll start with you.
I didn't dislike her. It just felt very
pushed.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It just felt like it was a cat and mouse game, and they were trying to keep her. They're just keeping her away from Michael, but it was just like, I don't. It just felt weird.
They kept transferring her.
Yeah.
No, the only thing I've got to say that I hated about or didn't like about her character, got bullied just because she's a niece of somebody. You got all her daughter and all that. And then, the whole thing about gotta move her.
It's like, bro, just take her.
What do you mean moving her?
Like they were just like, oh, she's not safe here. Oh, we got to go here. Oh, she's not. And then, like, just take her to a fucking police station. Man up. Get all the country bumpkins at the bar. Fucking evil dies tonight in episode 4.
I had no idea that was in this movie. That made me laugh hysterically.
Just take her to the bar.
They did say that too, didn't they?
What did I say?
Just let her play some pool. I'm sure they got some virgin drinks that she could, sip on. Maybe add a little bit, just kind of let her chill out.
Sangria,
Yeah.
One of the things that kind of upset me in this, and I just noticed it today, was like if she was related to Michael Myers and people knew about it, and Laurie Strode died, she had no relatives to live with. Why not move her? Why move her?
Like move her at Haddonfield?
Move her out of Haddonfield.
Out of Illinois.
Because if
we
you
won't
don't
have a fourth film.
If you don't find Michael in 4 hours, I will. He's like, he's already gonna be there. No matter where you move her, Michael's gonna hitch a ride or steal a fucking hoopty from a gas station in the middle of nowhere
and turn into a Michael Bay movie with an explosion. It's like, what?
Is he turning around with that old guy in the truck?
Dude is driving.
You're hunting, all right.
Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder who Michael rode with.
Got insurance, right?
What do you mean?
Like, how did Michael get to Haddonfield?
He drove that truck.
Oh, he did drive that truck. Okay, yeah, you're right.
He rode with himself.
But I wonder how come he kept the little bandages on all the way up until he found that mask.
I was gonna ask, do you think that would have been a cooler idea that he just like he'd ever got the
Look like
mask, but
Freddy?
he just has like the bandages all over his face?
I mean, not only that, but then you've got the mask of a serial killer just chilling at a freaking local hardware shop or mask or
What?
costume shop or whatever.
It was
chilling.
it
Why
was a
would they take-
pharmacy.
Why would they not take those off
like
off the shelves after a
Have
mass
masks
murder?
chilling everywhere.
We've been waiting for you.
somebody collects. It's all good. Somebody's
I mean,
weird.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ed, because or who did bring it up about the mask of a serial killer just being at a drugstore.
That
I was
me.
I was almost thinking the same thing, and then I'm like, it probably, even though people dislike it, like it would have been like a huge moneymaker. Like you think about the Scream movies, those were still sold on every drugstore whenever the serial killer killing started happening there. So
but
I
at
don't
the
know.
same time,
It's probably like a token of like he don't have the mask. Like he's gone.
What did you guys think of the mask on this movie? I'm going to show it right quick in
It's
the in the
okay, so
side by side.
It's the Mariah
That
Carey.
no, like this right here. Honestly, this right here looks good.
The poster
mask
looks
in
good.
The film
The-
looks
the-
like hell.
Well, the middle poster is the mask they used from the original movie for the Halloween 4 poster.
Yes.
But right here on the left, down in the bottom left, that is
Point to it, Craig.
This one right here. Where are we at? This one.
Oh wait, there you go,
right
right there,
there.
right
right
there.
here in the bottom left. That is the Halloween
Thank you,
4
sir.
mask,
Mm.
which
The
I know
movie, the one like you said, the one in the poster looks really good, but the one in the movie is terrible. It looks like
And
so.
It looks like a suburban dad.
It looks like a teenager whose head hasn't like truly grown up. Basically,
I'd
that's
say
like 6
the-
foot is wearing it.
the-
They've got a head that's like they've got the mask fit for like Thor Bjornsson or something like that.
It's
Like
Michael's mannerisms and his build was good in this movie, but yeah,
the shoulder pads.
Yeah, because he looked like he was about, he could fuck something up. But
lineman shoulder pads on their wide receiver.
42 Razor.
Spider 2 Y banana.
I mean, you're talking about the bring out the mask and how just conveniently there at the pharmacy store, but in part 2, when Ben Tramer, the guy who's dressed up as Michael Myers and gets hit by the car and gets on fire. He has the mask on too, but his had like a blondish yellow hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they just it's the style. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I
think
think-
William Shatner masks, you can find them everywhere.
I think it might have been licensing or something. I think that's why they had to change up the mask, honestly, for part 4 and 5, on why they look completely different from part 1. I don't know.
Make some merch, toys.
Yeah, the Disney effect.
One of you guys said that you liked the way his mannerism was in this movie. I'm kind of complete opposite. He was like so stiff and so slow that it was almost too comedical, especially in like the scene where Sasha Jensen, the actor, but Brady, the character, was getting the shotgun ready to try to shoot him, and Michael is literally taking just a step at a time, just super, super slow.
Yeah, that's 80s horror.
And I'm
No
just
matter
like,
how far or fast you run, they're gonna catch you.
It's kind of like that new trend, trying to
Like
see if
he's
you
a
can get
burn
through the door.
victim. You ever had a sunburn and you didn't want to move with your clothing? Like I get it, dude.
Ouch. That
He
seems hilarious.
Like, this shit hurts.
And they go upstairs and they're just like having throw shit all in to block off Michael, and Michael just kind of slowly moving the shit away to get up there.
What'd you guys think of some of the side characters? We'll mention you have Rachel in this movie. She's the sister to little orphan Danielle Harris, little orphan Jamie. Then we obviously talked about Jamie Lloyd. You have Sheriff Meeker, who is the new sheriff since Brackett retired. You have Brady, who is the boy in the movie, who is Rachel's
Push.
flavor.
Pushy boyfriend. Yeah.
Flavor. What?
Kelly, played by Kathleen Kinmont, who is the sheriff's daughter. Awkward silence.
Woo!
Listen
So-
here,
so-
boy.
So what'd you guys think? It wasn't too much of a big cast, but they knew exactly what they wanted to do with, the main female star, the sister, you think there was too many? Do you think maybe they should have had somebody older be the survivor with Jamie? Or did you guys like with him attacking the 7-year-old Jamie Lloyd?
I thought that was
As far as side
fine.
characters.
I mean,
I thought Jamie and the older sister, what did you say her name was?
Rachel.
Rachel.
Played by Ellie, yeah.
I think out of all the new characters, they were probably the best because all the other ones are just kind of 80s cliches, 80s acting. It's just like, oh god, yeah, just kill them off so we can just get this movie over with, basically.
What do you think of the character Wade? I mean, he's not a big role, but he's in that. They all tell him to Scott's got that girl, and they're just like, "Fuck off, Wade."
Oh yeah, that's funny. You had to, you got to try to shoot your shot.
The we're just kind of talking about side characters and Brady. Fucking when the girl's making the coffee, she's like, "Take your coffee." Ugh. At her. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" You're beefing over a boy, and you got a 6'4" serial killer hunting you down.
Yeah, I mean, no different than when Rachel took Jamie Lloyd out trick or treating, and they got lost because she was talking with Brady, and she was more worried about Dick than she was her little stepsister or little orphan Annie, whatever her name is.
Orphan Annie.
Orphan Annie.
Little orphan Jamie.
I mean, she's not gonna.
I don't. You know what? Going towards some of the middle and the ending, I'm like, I don't blame Jamie for doing what she did at the end of the movie. This family don't love me. This family, Rachel didn't want to take me out trick or treating. She's more worried about cock. And then going towards the end of the movie, the mom's like, "Oh, you had a traumatic experience. I'm gonna run your bath. Time to put your little ass to sleep." I'm like, damn, I just got almost hacked up by my uncle, but yet you want me to take a fucking bath and go to bed. I still got to go to school tomorrow.
To clean yourself, you're home sweaty, running.
Yeah. Did you wash your ass today?
What?
I mean, it's a fair point. Fair point. If anybody, if I was going through that and they were like, "Hey, just take a bath, go to bed," like it's fine.
Don't even get no dinner. Y'all went out partying. I almost got hacked up. Do I just get candy corn for dinner? Like my Halloween candy was my dinner.
Just corn.
Fuck. Zach, you said you were kind of surprised that you liked this a little bit more. What was some of the stuff you were worried about going into the movie? You being the kind of non-Halloween big horror fan. Like you like the newer stuff, but this is your first time setting sight on the original franchise sequels. What were you most worried about?
I mean, there was really nothing I was worried about. It was just kind of like, how long is this movie, and is this going to be entertaining enough? And I mean, the movie's only an hour and 28 minutes or something like that. So,
yeah. Where did you find it at? Did you have to
library.
Rent it? Library.
And the funny thing is,
the library has this movie.
Yeah, and on the front of the box it says bloodier, brutal. I was just like, it really isn't. It's really not as brutal.
So the library nowadays is like a Blockbuster,
basically. Yeah.
Hold on a second. I'm kind of intrigued by this conversation now. How do they have Halloween 4? Did they have it on Blu-ray or DVD?
DVD.
And
they have
free?
Blu-ray. They have, yeah. If you just go get a library card, you can.
It's the library, dude. Like, yeah, that's. It's just. Johnny's like, dude, do they have A24?
I mean, Johnny, I kid you not. I got these from the library. Bullet Train.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bodies.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah. I haven't watched them yet, but yeah.
They got new releases for free?
Yes. You don't have to go buy $25 worth of movies. You can just rent them.
Well, how much was your library card?
I've been going to Redbox.
How much was your library card?
All you have to do is sign
It's
up.
public.
It's free.
It's free?
Yeah.
Your taxes pay for it.
Oh my god. Mark this down in the fucking podcast history. I'm mind blown right now that
Johnny was today years old when he realized what a library was.
Zach just rented an A24 movie from a fucking library.
I can't really tell if you're being serious or you really are like surprised.
No, like it's Johnny. He's being dead serious.
I'm just surprised that they have. How big is this library?
Outside of the books,
it's a library. It's not like it's
Which
like.
one did you go to? Southern Oaks?
Well, not Southern Oaks, the Pioneer Library System. So over here, like off of, it's like the Southwest Library, and there's also the more Norman ones.
You talking about like the 119th?
Yeah.
119th? Yeah, okay. That's a big library. It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Be careful, Johnny. There's a lot of words in books. You know, there's other things in there.
Now,
People might
hold
get
on a
lost.
second. How long do you get to keep? How long do you get to keep the movies for?
7 days, a week.
7 days?
Yeah.
Johnny's like, shit, let me go ahead and trade out that bird.
Let's get this library card.
7 days?
7
days.
And knowing you, Johnny, you can just, and it's unlimited. You can get however many Blu-rays you want.
Oh, fuck.
What are the late fees for the library?
Yeah, do they have late fees?
I can't believe this is like a more entertaining discussion than the actual movie. It's like,
and Bullet Train just came out on Tuesday.
That is, hey, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have Top Gun Maverick by the end of the week. So.
Oh, shit.
I just drank some of my water. So hold on a second. If this is like a secretive thing,
it's not a secret thing. It's a library.
It's a public library.
Top secret. X-Files.
Why is driven by these buildings millions of times? All I saw was books, though.
Why aren't people doing this? Why are people still going?
People do it. Look at that.
People do it, dude. You go buy $25 worth of movies.
When I was like 6th, 7th grade, I would go to Southern Oaks and get CDs because they have CDs as well, or they used to. And you would burn it.
Yeah,
that's how I got like
the Southern Oaks
Killers,
Library.
Queen. That's how I got all the music back in the day.
The Southern Oaks Library, while they're not on Blu-ray, they pretty much they have the entire Denzel collection.
Yeah,
entire filmography.
You can check online to what they have too, if I'm not mistaken.
Do they have the Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston?
They do.
Oh,
Johnny's like,
don't know what's burning.
Hold on a second.
Now,
I haven't been able to find Angels in the Outfield. Do they have Angels in the Outfield?
I'm sure they have Angels in the Outfield. Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna look this shit up right now. Actually,
Johnny's like, can you buy it, or if you lose it, how much is it to buy it?
Now, Johnny, you can't permanently keep them, but you can rent them and watch them.
You can continuously rent them, and since your membership is free, you technically can own it.
Interesting.
Just can't resell it.
I wonder if I even have a library card. I don't think I have a library card.
Okay.
You don't even know what a library is. Of course, you don't have a library card.
Oh, Johnny, they do have Angels in the Outfield. It's loaned, but you can get it.
It's already fucking loaned?
Yes, it's loaned Angels in the Outfield.
Watch Zach be like, yeah, I got it. And you're never gonna get it.
You guys can continue. I'm a little flustered right now, honestly.
Flabbergasted.
Well, everyone knows what you're going to do after this podcast.
He's gonna go up there. He's gonna go up there with a stack of movies this big. Yes. And like, sir, this is also, there are
this is only for a week, sir. Yeah, I know. I'll be back with about the same.
He's like, I'll be back tomorrow night. Like, I'm gonna watch all these movies.
What do the cases look like, Zach? Do they look like generic cases? Show it up to the screen right here. Show me Bullet Train again. No, better yet, show me that A24 movie.
I mean, this is basically the Blu-ray case, and it has the front and the back. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Is that the only copy of Bullet Train they had?
No, no, I'm sure they have them at different locations, and like, see, there's the disc. So
We went from Halloween to the library.
discussions.
Interesting. Wow.
So I think we lost like half our listeners on this episode, but it's cool.
Shit, I think we gained double.
The
Man.
more you know.
What'd you guys think of the booby shot with Brady and Miss Brackett, or not Miss Brackett, but Mrs.
The what shot?
Miss Meek?
The what shot? You said the booby shot.
Well, I mean, it's a Halloween movie, so you can't have boobs without Halloween. So
She had a weird death though.
didn't she get like
No, she
shotgun
didn't.
spear? Is she the one that got like the shotgun spear in the
She got the
stomach?
shotgun spear. Yeah, she was hung up like a decoration.
A fine decoration.
Oh my
Mm.
god.
Then you have the electrician scene where Michael throws the electrician into the box.
Oh, his name Bucky.
Bucky,
And he's that don't try that Halloween shit with me.
don't try that Halloween shit with me. Now,
Hey,
I'm
Johnny,
gonna
you
call
want
the
to know
cops.
something?
You
wanna know
stay right
something
here.
that-
I'm gonna call the cops.
So at the Pioneer Library, they have these things called movie boxes, and you can get like brand new movies. I'm just going to list off these titles just to make Johnny sweat a little bit. They have Bodies, Bullet Train, DC Super Pets, Elvis, Fall, The Invitation, Jurassic World, Lightyear, Minions: The Rise of Gru, Nope, which just came out on Blu-ray,
What the
Paws of Fury, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Where the Crawdads Sing. Those
Okay.
are all movies of this year in the last
So-
couple months.
I haven't even bought Thor: Love and Thunder yet. The last movie I bought was Elvis 2 months ago.
The Center Movie Podcast will be at your public library
Yes.
from 2 to 4.
You think they'll sponsor us?
Maybe.
New sponsor.
What are they going to sponsor? A free library?
Come get a free library card.
I thought you said they were free already.
Yes, but
They
you're
are
asking
free.
if they'll sponsor us, and I'm
That's
like,
a joke.
they'll sponsor us a free library membership.
Yeah, maybe we can have an episode in the library. Or we got to be quiet in the
Guys.
library.
Guys, I kid you not. I'm gonna get a text message sometime tomorrow. Say, do I have to sign the paper to get a library card? Like sometime during the day tomorrow.
Or is he
Wait,
like, dude,
Can I
they got
sign up on?
so
Can I
many
sign up
things.
online?
Should be able to.
Probably.
Is there an app for the library?
Probably, I would
Dude,
think.
it's been so. I had dial up the last time I
Yeah.
checked the library website.
So Zach, you said they have an app for the library? I just put in
I'm
my
sure
app
they
store
do,
the
yeah.
library.
Oh,
There,
you can't
there,
make this. You can't make this
there's
shit
a
up.
Pioneer Library System app.
Do I just
Um,
put in the library?
This has been a great episode, guys.
What time do they close? Do you think I'll have time tonight to go?
No, I think they close at 6. I think.
Oh
so.
fuck!
And they open at 9:00 in the morning, Johnny. So you'll be good to go.
Yep.
Is there an app, Ed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Pioneer Library. That's the one where you can get all the brand new movies. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Metropolitan Library System. You can find, discover, attend, explore my account, location, and hours. Let's see.
You know,
It
there's a
has
library. There's
Oh.
a library down the road from me, but it looks sketchy.
It has
Oh,
a
by the way-
1.8 star rating.
By the way, all those titles that I mentioned to you, Johnny, those are all on Blu-ray. So
Wow.
you are good to go. Now, people check them out real quick, but I mean,
Wait, so the one on 119th is called the Pioneer Library System?
yeah.
This is just mind-boggling to me. I think the library took over Halloween 4.
'Cause I don't think we want to talk about Halloween 4.
Nick, what do you think about the drunk that picks up Loomis, the one who starts singing to him?
Wasn't he a pastor?
The preacher.
Start singing.
Pee Wee Herman about that shit.
Are you looking for the damnation too?
Is that your hunting, aren't you? He has a crazy look on his eye.
Ask Pee Wee Herman about him.
He's all he sneezes.
Probably one of the scenes that really turned me off about this movie, though, is the scene where Rachel, Jamie, and Michael are up on the roof.
Oh, you don't like that scene?
I don't like that scene,
I thought it was. I didn't find anything wrong with it.
especially when they're trying to get out of that house and they end up on the roof. I don't know.
Like, it's the only way out.
Like hang the lights up while you're up there.
They were hanging the child.
What'd you guys think about how Michael got his damnation ending in this one? He kind of got just like,
He falls in the well.
He falls in the well, but he's riding. He's not riding shotgun with the rednecks, but he's riding somewhere on the truck with the rednecks. And he pops up and he kills a few of them. The truck crashes, and he
rips that dude's head off.
Yeah. And the state police and some of the rednecks shoot him down, and he goes on floating. What did you guys think of the shootout ending?
I was just like, damn, this dude took all these bullets, and he's still out looking for Lori.
Yeah.
Evil dies tonight.
20 years later, 40 years later.
About 15 people whoop your ass. You get up and whoop their ass.
Like, literally, this man been through everything.
Yeah.
Just send him to war. We would have been done 20 years ago.
And Michael just
you should write a screenplay and send that in. Michael Myers goes to Baghdad.
Against Russia.
America, Halloween.
You paint the mask with white and blue.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
It's not the same thing.
Instead, it'd be like Michael Myers. Instead of the night he came home, it's the night he went to war.
No, and then like Guillermo del Toro, fucking directing it or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Must become like another Ernest movie.
Ernest.
Michael goes to camp. Michael goes to jail.
Goes to war.
Oh, he already did. Jail.
That's what they could have done after Season of the Witch. Just make Michael go to different places in the world. Michael goes to
Squad. Michael Myers.
And instead of people have always wanted Michael Myers versus Jason. I can't believe I'm about to say this. But what if Michael Myers versus Putin? Send him to Russia. Michael can just fuck some people up over there.
If he dies, he dies.
I will break you.
And the movie starts with Michael in the back of a vehicle. He's tied up. They just push him off.
This derailed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was dreading this episode, but it's been actually really fun between libraries and sending Michael to Russia.
I mean, they sent Jason to space.
Jason to space is not the same as Michael to Russia.
I don't think Jason had a choice.
I'm not gonna neither. Yeah, I think Michael could save all of our political problems. And then at the gas tank, when it's $1 a gallon, we'll have a sticker that says Michael did this.
Michael for president.
He'll have a little knife in his hand.
Michael for president. Oh,
his slogan could be die, vote or die.
Vote or get slashed, man.
Slashing prices at the gas pump.
Vote or poke. He'll poke you. So I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff you can do with Michael, and unfortunately, Halloween 4. It was the return of Michael. So we could end up just putting him somewhere else that we might need him.
Put him in a Top Gun movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be laughing about. It's gonna be laughing about this for the next 3 days.
You sound like a big old choo-choo train. No.
Oh, hell.
He pulls 13 G's.
You see the mask's just shaking.
He's just chilling.
You can't tell if he's asleep or. Okay.
But and then you get the ending with Jamie killing, or not? She didn't kill her stepmother, but she stabbed her stepmother.
I kind of thought that came out of left field in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like I agree with you on that, Zach. Like yeah, Johnny kind of made a fair point that she was kind of treated like trash, and you know, is an orphan and was just kind of second wheel to everything. But it's like, damn, you just gonna straight up knife somebody to death and
Straight up.
well, because I mean that's exactly what Michael looked like in
The first film.
Rob Zombie's
Yeah.
Halloween. Like,
Well, I think they were trying to just imitate like him after he killed his sister, basically from the first film. It's just I don't really like it if they're just trying to say that evil went from him to Jamie.
Right.
boy, he put an evil in everybody. So I haven't seen 5 or 6. What happens to little devil Jamie at the
In number 5, she's a mute, and she doesn't.
Oh,
she
God.
chooses not to talk, and she's in a sane asylum as a mute. And then she ends up, they end up capturing Michael. They put him in jail. He breaks out. Jamie lives and continues. Then she starts talking at the end. She survives. She's crying. No, he gets out of jail. And then in Halloween 6, the first 5 minutes she dies.
Oh, good. We've done 5 and 6. We don't have to
Oh,
talk
spoiler
about it.
alert. He had to get out of jail free card.
Zach, you know what, Zach? You might be right. Next year we might just talk Halloween H2O. So
I've heard that one's probably one of the
And
better ones. So
that was your 30-second roundup with the
there you go.
Yeah. That's what we can do.
Rodeo
If there's
Cinema.
really bad sequels, just do a 30-second
Summarize.
Yeah.
30-second roundup. There you go. There's a new
30,
segment.
30-second roundup.
And then out of nowhere, Buster Rhymes comes out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, is that
Skipping
Resurrection?
too much in the future.
That's the H1.
Oh, sick.
You ain't playing Michael Myers. I am. Fucking what?
Resurrection.
30-second roundup. Sounds like a porno.
Is that in the library also?
Oh.
I don't know, Johnny. Go check it out for us.
He's be like, hey, y'all got a movie called 30 Second? Hold on. I actually have to see if there's any movie called 30-second roundup.
Oh my god.
But no, I think that's a good idea, Zach. And that's what happens to Jamie in 5 and 6. So unfortunately, she's the throwaway character in 6. But Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
I am surprised, like you said, Johnny, just because of how popular the character Jamie is. I'm really surprised that they didn't bring her into this new trilogy, to be honest. Because that's like, out of all the other Halloween films, she's the one that's kind of
You talking about the actress Danielle Harris?
Yeah,
Or
whether
just the
she plays
character?
Danielle Harris, whether she plays Jamie or another character.
Yeah. I think she's a good actress. But to cut on some conversation, we're gonna give our favorite kill and our favorite scene. So Ed, we'll start with you. What was your favorite scene and your favorite kill?
Thumb through the forehead.
Oh, and the ambulance.
Yeah, that was simple, just raw as hell. Favorite scene. I know this is probably gonna piss you off, but up on the rooftop,
Goes click, click, click.
Down to the chimney.
Old Satan.
My favorite kill would probably be Brady's death, and then honestly, my favorite scene, would probably have to be. I did honestly like the ending shot of Jamie standing with the scissors. I think that would be the favorite scene because you get Loomis, down there screaming, "No!" So
Who did she kill? Did she kill the stepmom? Or
she didn't kill. She just stabbed.
Oh.
They mentioned that. Yeah, should have killed. They mentioned that in 5 though, that she didn't kill. She just stabbed her really bad. So that would probably be my scene. Nick, what about you? Favorite kill, favorite scene?
Favorite kill. I like the dumb kill. Or maybe just that surprise kill whenever Michael's already killing off everyone of the boys in the back of the truck, and then the driver's just like, oh, he looks to the side, smiles at Jimmy. He's like, everything's gonna be all right, kind of smile, and then out of nowhere, Michael just kills his ass. That was a nice kill scene. Favorite, I think even though it's just a nightmare sequence, I enjoyed the opening when you first see Michael.
Craig, favorite kill, favorite scene?
Favorite kill, it's either going to be the shotgun pinup or just the dude, him ripping off that dude's freaking head. And the favorite scene is going to be the truck scene when he rips that dude's head off. So,
Zach, favorite kill, favorite scene?
Favorite kill is probably the shotgun spear on the wall, and then probably my favorite scene, just because I had no idea that Evil Dies Tonight was in this movie. That just the whole concept of that being in there was just kind of hysterical to me. So, COVID.
Gesundheit.
Evil Dies Tonight.
All right. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Ed, we'll start with you. Star rating.
6.
Craig?
I'm agree with that. 6.
Nick?
Just
1
1 out of 10. Okay. Just because it's guilty pleasure, I would go with 8.
The Return of Michael Myers. Zach, you're going to finish us off. My star rating is going to be a 5. I really used to enjoy this movie a lot, but for some reason this time around, I don't know if it was just because maybe I was fresh off of Halloween 1 and 2, and then I watched 4, and those are, to me, a little bit better films, but I just had a small issue, so just some small issues with, it's only an hour and 28 minutes, but it did feel a little bit longer to me. For some reason, the gathering of everybody getting in the house for me, it just kind of dragged a little bit, and then I didn't like some side characters. Just nitpicking, but honestly, I don't think, some of these newer Halloween movies coming out, it just didn't probably live up, through the rewatchability. So it kind of stumbled for me a little bit, but I'm going to give it a 5. So Ed, Craig, you gave it a 6.
Yep.
Nick, you gave it an 8. Zach, finish us off.
I'm gonna stick with Ed and Craig. Give it a 6. It would have been an 8 if he had gone to Russia and killed Putin, to be honest. But overall, I mean, is it the worst thing? No. Is it the best thing? No. It's just one of those like weird films that it exists, and if you're a Halloween fan, then you might get some enjoyment out of it.
What's the movie with all the male badasses? What's like Chuck Norris?
Oh, The Expendables.
Yeah. Throw Michael in there.
Expendables 4.
Expendables of the horror villains. Fucking all of them.
But no, those are our star ratings for Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Zach, I don't know. I don't think we'll talk 5 and 6. I'm not sure. We might throw them in as a bonus episode next year. I'm not sure. But I think it'll be fun.
Ed, you got this for the bonus episode?
We already talked about it.
But next week, starts November, so this is the end of spooky season for us. But now it's time to get into the email bag.
Oh.
And you guys,
The mail's here.
and you guys can send us some email at cinemen921@gmail.com. Send us in your star rating of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and we'll read them aloud next week on the episode. Justin says, my top 5 Angelina Jolie movies in this order. Number 5, Tomb Raider 2. Number 4, Original Sin. Number 3, Those Who Wish Me Dead. Number 2, the original Tomb Raider, and number 1 is Wanted.
Mm.
Henry says the Bone Collector was a good first time watch. Was very intriguing throughout. I'd give it an 8. Steven says Halloween 4 gets too much flack for me, but I think it's a good continuation of the original story. Can't wait to hear y'all's thoughts. To me, it's a 7. Chastity says Halloween Ends is terrible. Nobody cared about Corey's story. That was a waste of an ending of a trilogy. 3 stars. Unwatchable.
Oh, good. I'm not the only one who forgot who Corey was.
Gabriel says my top 5 Jamie Lee Curtis movies. Number 5, Halloween H2O. Number 4, Knives Out. Number 3, True Lies. Number 2, Halloween Kills. Number 1, Halloween. No, I got some flack for the number 23, Nick. This is funny. Reese says, I love number 23. It's not as bad as Juan made it seem out to be. A little too harsh, if you ask me, but I bet if it was produced by A24, but I bet if it was produced by A24, he'd give it a higher number.
I mean, it's probably true.
Well, if it was produced by A24, at least it would have gotten a. So, true story.
It would have been on your shelf right behind you.
Aaron says Halloween Ends was an absolute ass of a film. 4 stars.
Damn.
Sarah 97 says really enjoyed The Bone Collector. 8 stars. Lawrence says Halloween Kills was kind of a letdown, but I enjoyed his passion for the trilogy. At least he didn't give us the same old story or Michael going after family members. Halloween Ends gets a 6. Sam G69 says I love the duo of Angelina Jolie. First time watch for The Bone Collector. 7 stars. And we'll finish off with Omar. Omar says Bone Collector was just an average movie to me. Nothing special. 6 stars.
Omar Epps?
I'm not sure who he is.
I'm kidding.
But
I wonder how many library emails we're going to get next week.
oh my god, that's pretty funny. Yeah, it was a pretty fun email bag. Send us some more. Let us know how many people out there really go to the library. Send us some questions. Like if you really go to the library and check out some movies or books or whatever they have, they probably got magazines too, I'd imagine. So yeah, send us some emails about that.
I can't believe this was a real conversation. Like we spent 15 minutes trying to convince Johnny, yes, this is a real thing. You can go get movies at the library.
Well, I knew there was a library, but I didn't know you could get movies at the library.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, Jack, anytime you said, "Oh, I got at the library," I thought it was a fucking joke. I thought you were kidding.
No, it was a real thing.
So yeah,
no, it was a real thing.
But hit us up on the Facebook. Email us cinemen921@gmail.com. I'm honestly going to be giving a digital copy away this week, so be on the lookout on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and the Twitter. They're all right here. Facebook.com/The Cinnamon Movie Podcast. Instagram/The Cinnamon Movie Podcast. And then the Twitter is @Cinnamon405. But next week, guys, starts Denzel month. We're talking 3 Denzel movies in the month of November. And then we are also getting ready for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie, which we'll be recording that episode Monday, November the 14th. But next week, this is what we're talking about. Magnificent Seven, tremendous cast, Denzel in a Western movie. It should be fun. I haven't seen it since 2017, the year after it came out in theaters. So I am going to be almost like a first or second time watch. I think this will be my third, honestly, time watching the movie. So next Monday, November 7th for Magnificent Seven. Yeah. See what I did there? But that's episode 218. And then Monday, November the 14th, we're talking Black Panther 2. November 21st, we're talking The Hurricane. And then November 28th, we're talking Man on Fire. So
Damn.
three Denzel films, and leading all up to our big Denzel episode in December. But other than that, guys, is anything else that anybody wants to add to Halloween? No. Until then, next week, is this going to be a first time watch for everybody for Magnificent Seven?
No.
I saw it in theaters.
Me too.
Oh yeah, we saw. Craig, didn't we go with your dad? Didn't we?
Mhm.
Yeah, we went and saw it in theaters as well. Yeah, that was a fun movie to see in the theater. So,
Ed, did you see it in the theater?
Negative.
God damn it.
Nick?
Aw.
always a pleasure. If you want to come talk some Denzel movies with us in the month of November, feel free. We'll be here. But Nick, until Wednesday,
Nick's waiting for Avatar 2, our Avatar 2 conversation.
Avatar 2, Texas Chainsaw Massacre this Wednesday coming up, November 2nd on Friday the 14th. But we'll see everybody next Monday for the Magnificent Seven right here on the Cinnamon Movie Podcast.
And this Friday.
Number 23 is not that bad of a movie.
Oh, yeah, Craig, this Friday.
Yeah,
This
it's
Friday.
for razor blades and drugs.
Imisawa Productions hit over 100,000 subscriptions. Nick, I'm sure we'll see you there. Friday?
What? Just put me on the spot, man.
Friday, 9 p.m. If Nick won't be there, me and Craig will be there. Hopefully we'll all be there together. But yeah, this Friday, 9 p.m. November.
Nick is going like,
November the 4th. Yeah, November the 4th. Yeah.
I'll check my schedule.
It's Friday, November the 4th.
The 4th.
Yeah, it is the 4th.
Yeah,
So the 5th is on Saturday.
Cinnamon Movie Podcast, Magnificent Seven, Denzel month is coming for you.